Okay, hello, welcome back to some more F1 2021 My Team. Today you join me for the Spanish Grand Prix. Now, we haven't been here in a very long time, so don't expect too much. Same as Spain, you know, I didn't put any practice in because I'm a moron. So don't expect a great qualifying, but race-wise, the AI do like to have a bit of a rough and tumble round here. So that should make things interesting, especially through like the first couple of turns. They don't really know what to do, and it makes it a really easy overtaking opportunity and a really easy way to crash. But into qualifying, unfortunately, I just don't like some parts of the track. The last sector, especially after that second DRS zone, is just awful. Bring back the long left-hander. Get rid of that stupid chicane. They are in P21 at the moment. Verstappen won't be setting a lap because what does he do? He spun out and hit a wall, I think. Yeah, so he won't be setting a lap. We will. And it isn't going to be too good, unfortunately. It's going to put us around about P18. So, yikes.
The Spanish Grand Prix has been a permanent fixture on the Formula One calendar for over 30 years now, and for good reason. Do you remember Michael Schumacher's absolute dominance here in that rain-soaked Grand Prix in 1996? That day he took his first ever victory for Ferrari, and we've had many more iconic moments since. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Lance Stroll lines up on pole position, and Yuki Tsunoda completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Leclerc, George Russell and Perez, Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Ocon and Lewis Hamilton, Joe, Aitken, Marcus Armstrong and Schwartzman, Matsushita, Tigtum, Reed and Carlos Sainz. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Latifi, Mazepin, Verstappen and Lando Norris starts from the back of the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Alright then, on the grid, usual strategy, just a one-stopper. Unless for whatever reason it rains. But it shouldn't. It doesn't look like it would on the forecast. It looks pretty dry. Now, we're in P17. We got bumped up because of a penalty, I believe. Now, there's a lot that could happen here in these first couple of corners. So I want to stay back. I don't necessarily want to go for stupid moves. And I am willing to take to the runoffs if I need to avoid an incident, because I wouldn't be surprised if there is one. Anyways, now to 5 red lights on the grids. We are underway for the Spanish Grand Prix. Dan Tictum to our right in that Williams. Not getting a great start. Matsushita ahead and Schwartzman battling against Armstrong, sandwiching in between the two Aston Martins as we go down towards turn 1. Tictum pulls in front of us and forces us off the track. We lose a position to Sainz, but it's not too big a deal because we gain it back. Through turn 2, Marcus Armstrong sent flying. What has happened there? Safety cars out. Only a VSC. On board with Armstrong now. He just gets his tyre completely ripped off by Schwartzman. Just well and truly ripped off. That's not good. The VSC is ending. It should be at least. Yeah. I'm surprised that was only a VSC, to be honest.
Positive delta until the green flags.
I'm glad, because it means we get a bit more racing. Normally that would be a full safety. Anyways, back to green, towards turn 1, behind Matsushita. Looking right and pulling around the left, see what we can do. Nothing too much into turn 2. We're still behind, through towards the long right-hander, of turn 3. Everyone's still struggling for grip a little bit, because the tyres have cooled down behind that VSC. Oh my god, what am I doing? I mean, at least I didn't hit into the back of Matsushita, and we gained a bit of a launch alongside him towards turn 5. We're past the Aston Martin of Nobuharu Matsushita up into P13 behind Guan Yu Zhou now. Yellow flag ahead as that is Leclerc off of the track. Alongside Joe now down towards turn 10, braking later to get past him. Oh my god. Another Williams nearly causing us to die. But it's fine. We didn't gain the position even. Didn't gain an advantage. We gave the position back if we got one. So don't complain. We're playing the real game here now. We're in the real game. But we're still behind Aitken. And we have the long straight now. Yuki Tsunoda up in P1 still. Fastest lap of the race. We have a long straight with Slipstream and DRS pulling to the right, so pull back to the left, faking him across to the right to leave us enough space to go where we want, as he pulls back ahead of us as we pull away. No, we don't. Yes, we do. Do we? No, not just yet. A little bit of contact on the sidewalls of our tyres. No damage to either car. No warnings either. And we are ahead of Aitken. But bloody hell, those Williams are giving me a bloody panic attack. What are they doing? I mean, yeah, it was a bit of a stupid move, but I don't know. Yeah, okay. We're ahead. Oh my god, Ocon's off. Ocon just like died in front of us or something. That's fun. Anyways, we now have DRS onto lap 4.
You're in the top 10 now.
Setting a purple sector 3. Behind Lewis Hamilton in P9. Gonna stick with pitting lap 6 unless there's a safety car, which I wouldn't be surprised about even.
Okay,
Yellow flag into turn 1. That's a Haas. Nikita Mazepin out of the session. Let's get a quick replay of that. On board with Mazepin. Max Verstappen's rear left rips off his tyre. On board with Verstappen now. He just pulls ahead and pushes him out of the way. Cheeky bugger. Well, that's Mazepin out of the session. A yellow flag behind. That's a Ferrari off. I think that's Carlos Sainz. But nothing too major, I don't think. I think it's just another Ocon incident. Talking of Ocon, Ocon slowed. What's gone on? Carlos Sainz is out. Ocon is out. I think they've collided. They have indeed. They've collided. As Sainz went off, safety car out. We're going to pull into the pits on the first lap. Keep in mind we're in P9 right now. We'll see if we gain or lose any positions. Now, Mercedes get lucky here having that far back pit box, because they don't lose too much time. And they don't normally get held up by traffic, but a double stop from the team. The tyre change itself, very fast. A 3.2 double stop. Damn it. Oh no, hang on. It was a good stop and we didn't actually lose any position because the Williams has stayed out. I think that is Aitken. Might be Tixman, I don't really know. They've stayed out, so we haven't lost a position under safety car. As we get ready to go racing, we had an awful exit through the chicane, which is why I hate it. It's just, I just can't get a good exit when going slowly. In towards turn 1, Mashishita, right behind us. Looking for a move, but he's not going to go for anything. Just sticking it safe. As we go off the track slightly. I was somewhat worried there about Mashishita trying to come alongside me. I wasn't really too sure where he was. And trying to make a move, so I just thought I'd move over a little bit, and I moved over a bit too far. Anyway, through the chicane once more to end off another lap, to start lap 8. George Russell apparently a whole lap ahead of us. That's not true, but that's fun. We'll see what we can do into turn 1. Behind Lewis Hamilton, heading down towards turn 1. Anything? Nothing. Through turn 2 and in towards the long right-hander of turn 3 towards Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg's favourite part of the track. I am joking, of course. They hate this part. To be honest, I hate the whole track. I don't really remember why I'm racing here because real life had a really interesting race, and I was hoping that the game could simulate that. And so far, you know, quite a lot's happened. There's been 4 retirements and a safety car and a VSC, so you know what? That's pretty much all you can ask for. Oh my god, we nearly lost the car out of turn 9, but we didn't. In towards turn 10, Unfortunately, he's not a long left-hander, but a very sharp left-hander. We go alongside Lewis Hamilton in towards turn 11, through to 12 now on that right-hander. He's still alongside, but we have managed to gain that position through the inside towards the chicane now of 14 and 15. We're ahead. Oh bloody hell. Oh bloody hell indeed. Having to take an extra line to not get any floor damage as we nearly lost the car.
Okay,
Didn't gain an advantage.
DRS is now online.
DRS enabled, heading towards turn 1 around the left-hand side of George Russell as we pull to the right. Cheeky switchback manoeuvre as we very cleanly go around and past George Russell in the Alfa Romeo with Kimi Räikkönen in the Alfa Tauri ahead of us. That was very nice. Jesus. Anyways, now behind Kimi Räikkönen still heading through towards turn 11 and turn 12. Up that long right-hander towards turn 13 to enter to get ready for that chicane. Don't know why I said to enter the chicane, but you know what I mean. To get ready to go through into the chicane, seeing if we can just get a decent enough exit. Jack Aitken pulls into the pits finally, and that gives us an extra position, putting us in P7. DRS on Kimi Räikkönen now, but he has DRS from Giovinazzi ahead. We pull to the right-hand side, looking to the left now, braking early to pull back to the right to do George Russell on him, or to do what we did to George Russell on him. We are past Kimi Räikkönen in very smooth fashion. That was, yeah, that was very nice. Oh, I think that might have been even nicer than the George Russell one. Flipping heck. Well, we're behind Giovinazzi now, who is behind our teammate of Sergio Perez up in P4. So let's see how this race pans out with 7 laps remaining. It's all to play for. Yellow flag behind. That is a green car, an Aston Martin off. Nobuharu Matsushita is out of the session, and the safety car has been deployed. At the end of lap 12 and on to lap 13, the safety car comes in. Nothing has happened other than that DNF from Matsushita, getting a better exit out of the chicane this time to actually give us a chance maybe for an overtake down towards turn 1. We get a really good exit out of turn 16 with ERS and Slipstream. Very close behind Giovinazzi, pulling to the right, very far right to get the inside line into turn 1. Can we make it past? Almost having contact there, but we've made it past. He backs out, and we are up into P5. Sergio Perez ahead of us with just over 3 laps remaining now. He is within DRS range, and I know I want him to win the championship. And I want to help him win. If I'm the faster car, I don't want to be held up by him, and I will go for an overtake with the assumption that both Hasses and both Aston Martins are now out of the race. But yeah, I will try and get past him if I can, on the assumption that we will have issues later on in the season as Sergio Perez gets behind us now. He keeps alongside. He's fighting for this position. He doesn't have the acceleration out of turn 1 and into turn 2. And we take the position up into P4. And I know I want him to win the championship, but I'm playing the long game here. Just hear me out. I'm playing the long game. Anyway, so start the final lap.
This is your final lap of the race.
We are behind Pierre Gasly. Lance Stroll on the podium once again for the 2nd time in a row. However, he's dropped a position to Pierre Gasly and into the final couple of corners. Let's see whether he can keep it. I think he will. We get an awful exit out of the chicane. Yuki Tsunoda is your winner. What? We almost caught Stroll out.
Right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
But Yuki Tsunoda, I believe, getting his first ever career win for Mercedes. Holy. Okay. I didn't see that coming. I didn't even know he was up there.
A spectacular victory here in Spain.
Wow.
And a massive confidence boost going into the next race.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was up in that region.
A reliable car.
Wow,
that was
okay.
the most important factor here. This was a real battle of attrition, and you could tell those at the front were trying to find a balance between running their outright pace and taking care of the car to reach the end.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
You know what? That's a nice sight to see, and I hope to be able to actually see that in real life in the future. Because you know what? He's put up with a lot recently. But, yeah, we're not in real life right now. We're in a game, so we'll enjoy the moment. There you have it. The Spanish Grand Prix comes to a very abrupt conclusion. Yuki Tsunoda in P1. Pierre Gasly takes the second spot. And Lance Stroll, who started on pole. Hang on. Lance Stroll, the Canadian that can't use his mirrors, started on pole. Wow. You know what? Fair enough. Fair play to the lad. We finished in P4 with 12 points. Sergio Perez in P5 with 10. Max Verstappen rounds off the top 10, gaining an extra point with that fastest lap of a 15.7. Now, like I said, playing the long game with Sergio, because I know for a fact he'll get a lot stronger over the season, because I've seen it happen with other teammates. So I want to get enough points to stay in the running, and so far I am 22 points ahead of him. 22 points between me and Sergio, and that may sound like a lot, but if I DNF once and he finishes first, he takes that top spot. That's all I have to say on the matter. It's still early doors. There's still like 11 more races to go. So, with that, we are done here today. The Spanish Grand Prix has actually been an entertaining one. Almost crashing into the back of Ocon as he loses it. Having Armstrong just fly across the track. It's been a fun one, actually. I can't lie. Spain will stay. Spain will stay. Anyways, thank you for watching this one. And I hope to see you next time for, arguably, one of the most interesting races. And this is somewhat sarcasm. One of the most interesting races you'll ever see. It's Monaco, baby.